Hello and welcome to High Point Music's Gear Reviews. I'm Lewis, and in today's episode I'm going to take you through one of my favourite overdrive pedals, the MXR GT-OD. So the MXR GT-OD is fairly similar to the other MXR distortions in their product line. The addition of the tone control is what sets it apart from the other products. This tone control is like that of the other distortion pedals we've seen on the channel before, where it allows us to cut a little bit of bass or cut a little bit of treble as we wind that control clockwise to anti-clockwise. So I'm going to show you some of my favorite settings with this pedal. Starting off, here is my clean tone. I'm playing my Fender Stratocaster. My bridge pickup to my neck pickup, and of course we're running through the MXR GT-OD into the input of our 2-note clean and off to our recording system. So starting off with our low gain setting, I've almost got it all the way down, and the reason I start there is because we lose a lot of presence and attack when we come below that. So there's a big change in that little bit of movement from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock or 8:30. But definitely gets us into that overdrive territory, sounding like an amp starting to break up. We can dial the tone back a little bit just to take the edge off. Although at a low gain setting, I wouldn't go too low because we still want to keep it nice and bright. Of course, we can push that higher. Make that a bit brighter. And then back to a neutral, and we can push the gain up. Get a little more brightness in from the gain. As that tone control gets higher and higher, we're going to get more of those harmonics coming through from the clipping. Almost at the top. Into a pretty saturated distortion. And we can get that all the way up. It's pretty bright. I don't know if I'd use it too much at that higher tone setting, but certainly from say 3 o'clock through to 11 o'clock. So kind of going from here to about here with a little bit of a level change is a reasonably easy to listen to sound. If we want to dial it back further from there, again we get to about that 8 o'clock position where it starts to get a little bit muddy. And then back to our neutral, and we can pull that gain down. So about there is going to be very amp-like overdrive. So there you go, we've got some great low gain overdrive sound, something I think is really important, particularly for a pedal that says it's an overdrive. You need to be able to emulate that valve amp-like breakup, where as your dynamics and your playing increase, the clipping increases with that as well. Definitely gets into distortion territory at the high end side of the gain control, which I think makes it really versatile, and the tone control works pretty well across all those ranges. I didn't get the output volume of the pedal anywhere near its full level, but if you definitely wanted that clean tone boost to push a valve amp, the gain and the volume are really going to be able to get there for you. So I'm a pretty big fan of the GT Overdrive. They are a great physical size, very simple layout, very reliable, as all of the MXR pedals are. The only thing I would change is I don't like that the DC jack is on the side. I find sometimes with certain cables and connectors a little bit hard to fit that DC connector in. I much prefer that they were on the back of the pedal, but that's a very personal preference. If you're interested in checking out one of these MXR GTODs, you can follow the link below and get yourself one there. Don't forget to look at a power supply, because although these do take a battery, you're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver to get into it and access them. So as always, thank you very much for watching. We do appreciate any comments or suggestions you may have. You can leave them below if you're reading in the blog, or comment on the YouTube channel or our Instagram. If you do want to stay up to date with what's going on, hit up our social media. It's a great place to get in touch with us, as well as get an idea of what's going on in the world of high point music. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again.